Hey everyone, welcome to the Captain Drone YouTube channel. My name is Steve, behind the box, and I'm here to tell you all about this brand new 5-inch quad from iFlight called the Cineflow 5. Now this little guy is actually the little brother of this big guy. Check out the size of that. This is the 7-inch version and this is the 5-inch version, and in this video I'm going to talk about the 5-inch version. If you want to see my video of the 7-inch version, I've put a picture of it up in the corner and a link below this video. Go check it out. And this big square white thing is the box this drone arrives in. So I'm just going to rest my chin on it to relax my big melon while I tell you about this baby. Alright, so here we go. First thing you need to know, it is a dead cat frame. A dead cat frame means the arms go out to the sides like this and you do not get the props in the camera. Next thing you need to know, this is actually a freestyle drone, but it can be used for cinema. That's why they call it the Cineflow. The next thing you need to know is if you're flying this and you're hovering it just above the ground, well, guess what? It takes very little throttle to get it to hover. The motors are super efficient and super powerful. Not only that, right back here, that's a GPS unit. There's an M10 GPS in it, and you'd never know it was there because it's behind the 3D printed material. One thing that's really cool is they put the DJI O4 transmission system up front so that when you're flying it's cooled and it will never overheat. They also included side panels on the sides and they do pop off. You don't need any tools to pop them off. You can just pull them off and push them back on. It keeps all the snow, grass, water, everything out. Like most modern drones today, right back here is an XT60 connector, and like most modern drones it is spark arrest, so when you plug in the battery you don't even hear the pop or anything like that, and it is nice that it's built into the frame. Speaking of batteries, it does run on a 6S battery, so plenty of power. So the next thing I'm going to do is take this box away, tell you a little bit about the rest of the specs I haven't already mentioned. Then I'm going to show you my flights. I did a sound test, a noise test of the props with this. I also did a speed test. I also did a flying around to see how good it is test, and you'll see all that in the upcoming video. So let's get into the specs. The first thing I have to tell you, it is over 250 grams. It's a big quad. It's 5 inches. It's over 250 grams. Next thing I have to tell you, it comes with a DJI O4 Pro camera system. So what does that mean? That means you put a micro SD card in the front unit and you can record video at 4K 120 frames per second. It also means when you record that video, if your drone is flying, flopping and flooping and flapping around in the wind, you have Rocksteady built in, or if you don't want to use Rocksteady, you can use GyroFlow to stabilize that video as if it was on a 3-axis gimbal. Now, since it has the DJI O4 transmission system in it, and look at the size of the antennas back here, you can go quite a distance, over 10 kilometers in flight range, but you will need a good battery for that. So speaking of batteries, if you want to use this for freestyle, your battery would be a 1300 milliamp hour 6S LiPo battery. If you want to use it for exploration flying like I do, then use a larger battery. For my entire video reviews, I pretty much use this battery. I've got a pile of these, 1800 milliamp hour 6S LiPo battery. These are really good at a high C rating. But if you want to travel to the other end of the world, well, then you would use a bigger battery like a 3200. That's probably the biggest you could probably fit on here. It would lift it, no problem. So the flight time you'll get with this thing depends on the battery you're going to use and your flying skills and how you fly. So you're going to get anywhere from 5 minutes with a small battery all the way up to about 18 minutes with a larger battery. Now for receivers, you do have ELRS. I have ELRS in mine. That's why I have an ELRS antenna on the back. You also have Crossfire, or you can order it plug and play, DJI plug and play. If you order the plug and play version, you can then use this DJI remote to fly it. I should also mention that due to the camera system being DJI digital, you will need some DJI FPV digital goggles to fly it. If you're wondering about the flight controller inside, it is a Blitz Mini F7 flight controller. If you're wondering about the brushless motors, they are Zing 2 motors. And although not written on the motors, they are 2207 at 2050 kV. The 5-inch props on here are Nazgul F5 5-inch props. The construction of this baby is all carbon fiber, except for the side panels, which mine are molded plastic. There's a little bit of 3D printed material on the rear, which is red, as well as the camera mounts up top. But the forward section that protects the DJI O4 camera is all aircraft aluminum. So the next thing I'm going to show you is my full flight review, followed by the unboxing, then come back to me and I'll tell you my positives and negatives of this baby. Now, one of the questions I always get when I review an FPV quad is how noisy is it? This is a 5-inch quad and it gets noisier the more weight you put on it. So right now I have a battery, no camera. Let's see how loud it is. Arm the motors. There we go, take her up. And can you hear that? Here, I'll bring it close to myself. It's actually not bad. It's not bad at all. Now let's bring it down. It hovers really nice. These are very modern, these drones nowadays. You can hover them like on a thimble. They're so simple to fly. I hardly even move the joysticks, barely at all. They're so true in the air, it's amazing. All right, let's plop it down. I'm gonna walk closer to it here. And just so you can hear it, I'll be quiet. And there we go, bring it down for a landing. Let's do a bit of an exploration flight. Here we go. Motors armed, going up. And there I am down there and flying over me. This thing has speed. I don't even have the throttle on, and man, we are cruising. We are cruising. This is a nice drone. You barely give it throttle and it's really moving. So you can see the snow is not really melted here yet. It is getting a little bit more mild. Here I am over here again. Come down around my Jeep. Going over. It's not very noisy. Did you hear that? Here, I'll be quiet. It's going over again. Okay, maybe that was a little noisier. I felt the wind on my head too on that one. Like, I am barely touching the joysticks and it is doing everything I need it to do. If I want to dive down, follow these footprints, no problem there. It's very true. Like I said, it is an exploration drone, so you're basically exploring with this thing no matter where you go. It also has a GPS in it, and on my display there's a little arrow pointing down, so it says home is behind me, which is nice. Good to have if you get yourself lost or in trouble. Solar panels. There we are. Look at all that. And then come out the other side and come on down over here to our field. That's my timer going off. I forgot to reset it. My fault. Let's try some acro.
60, 50.
There's my little slow loop. I always like to do slow loops because it shows how good the quad is. There we are. I can't turn the, the countdown off while I'm flying, so we'll just let it go to 0 and say expired. Look at that. Awesome. Incredible. What is this over here? Is somebody building something? Somebody tried to make a snowman or something over here, it looks like. And looks like maybe somebody knocked it off or the sun knocked it out. I don't know. So far it's really good. Look, I can stay really close to the snowbanks here without crashing. The snow mountains. Go through a little area here. Go on down, back to me. On the very top here, I have a GPS unit. If I flip it this way, it looks like that. The strap is holding it in place. We'll fly this, and I don't have the camera on too much of an angle, but we'll just see what speeds we get, because it does seem to be quite fast. All right, this will be the GPS flight. Here we go. And I'm just going to take it this way. Going slow. Picking up speed. Let's see, on my display right now, it does show the speed, so I'm not sure why I put a GPS on it. I forgot there's a GPS in this thing. So here we are, 122 kilometers, 120 kilometers. There we go, slow it down, let the battery recover. So it looks like with the angle I'm on, I can't go super fast. Let's go up a little bit higher then. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I can't beat it. 136 there. If I go too long, I'm going to drain the battery. All right, one last one. 140. I got up to 140 there for a second. 143, and then I'll bring her back down. There we go. So not too bad. I was hoping to get much faster, but that's the best I could do with the camera angle I have. So let's bring it out for a landing. All right, let's check that GPS. So in my goggles, the fastest I saw, I think, was 143 kilometers per hour. So let's go see what the little unit on top of the drone says. It's pretty impressive. You probably can't see it on here, but it says 142.5, so that little GPS on top is pretty accurate. And I'll just hold it like this. I don't know if I can zoom in on it or if the light gets it. It's kind of hard to see it, but yeah, 142.5 kilometers per hour. Not bad.
Acro mode.
All right, let's launch.
Mode.
Go through these trees and go over the water. Check this out. This is the Ottawa River and it is thawing. Yeah, it's massive, and from side to side, well, it's thawing. My little quad falls in there. I'm never going to get it back. Ooh, there's somebody ice fishing. That is incredible. It's not really ice fishing season anymore because it's getting too warm, but there's somebody down there. Look at that. This entire area is barren. Oh, there's some people over there ice fishing as well. You can see the tracks. And back there is a little marina. Not much right now. Everybody's getting scared because the ice is getting thin. Let's come by this guy again. Come down, don't want to scare him, so I'm going to stay off to the side. Right over here, past this black thing. So as I mentioned before, this thing flies amazing. You point the nose in one direction and it goes straight. You'll probably also notice I put an Insta360 camera on the reverse. So if I go up, bring the nose up, you can see the ground. There we are. And that's just so you get the back footage. And of course, if I go down, you see the sky. There we are. One thing I love about this quad is you really get a long flight time, which is very nice. Very nice indeed.
2 minutes.
Right. So this is our beach, and of course the water starts right about here. And then we have the two gentlemen out there ice fishing. One in his little hut and the other one sitting out on the ice. But I do see something out here. I don't know what this is. Let's go check it out. This is an exploration drone, so this is perfect for this. This has got to be something jammed in the ice, this black dot. Let's go check it out. See what it is. Is it a big tree or something? Got jammed in the ice? Oh my God! It's a dude ice fishing. Now that blows my mind. Look at this. The ice is all thawing here. He's not far from that. Now look, he's right back here. He's like, he's like far from civilization. Yikes. Okay, see you, dude. I'll send for help. So as I mentioned, with this quad, you could probably fly quite a fair distance out. And with the battery power, you could go for a long time. Are those birds on the ice? There's all sorts of little things on the ice down there. Let me just turn here. See what that is. Come down a little lower without crashing. There's my timer again. I had a 4-minute timer right there. What are all those things? Those are birds. Like seagulls or pigeons or something. I don't know. Anyways, I'm coming back. So you hear this timer? I set it for 4 minutes or 5 minutes and it's counting down now, but I have tons of battery power. If I show you my screen, you can see the battery power is good. Over on the left-hand side, I'm at 3.6 and I'm flying nicely. So, but I will be safe and come back and land regardless. So I'll show where I am. I'm in a place that I'm not allowed to be because you're not allowed to park a vehicle where I'm parked, but there's nobody out today. It's very quiet, so I'll show you. Come along this way, very slow. Come down this road. This road is for fire trucks to turn around. So if I hear a fire truck, I'm going to get in my Jeep and move it quick. And as you can see, I'm going nice and slow. And as you can see, there's my Jeep parked the wrong direction, right by the sign that says no parking, right over here. See how slow I can get this baby going? And this is in acro mode. This is awesome. Right here where it says no parking whatsoever. And I am parked right there. All right, so let's come down and land. I have a little landing pad over here. And there I am right there. And coming down. There we are. Someplace close. As I keep saying, I'm impressed with this quad. This is a really good quad. Here we have the box the Cineflow arrives in. Inside the box you'll find the Cineflow and accessories. The specifications of the Cineflow I used in this review video are listed here. The Cineflow arrives fully assembled except for the props. You will have to install them. As part of the drone you'll find the DJI-04 Pro camera system, as well as the DJI-04 Pro recording system, and finally the DJI-04 long range transmission system. An external camera mount arrives pre-installed in case you want to add an external camera. The hardware for an external camera mount is also included. The Cineflow does come with pre-installed LED lights and they do glow red. Even the iFlight logo glows on the bottom, and I believe this changes color based on the voltage of the battery. Total weight of the drone without a battery is around 491 grams. In the box you'll find a document outlining how to set up the drone for ELRS or for Crossfire. As well, there is an ELRS user manual. There's also instructions on how to set up GPS rescue. And finally, there's information on the worldwide customer support. Final item in the box would be a set of iFlight stickers. Alright, so you're back to me and I'll tell you my positives and negatives. I only have one negative, and it might not apply to all of you, but it's going to apply to some of you, and that is the price. It's very high-end technology, but for the price, you just get this drone. You don't get the batteries, the battery charger, the remote, the goggles. No, that's not included. You just get the drone and the accessories. I understand that technology is going up in price, so when you want the best, you got to pay for it. Now let's get to the positives. This flies like a dream. It's probably the only FPV quad of this size that I've flown to date that you can use very little throttle and have it fly very slow and hover near you without any worries, because it's very stable in the air and it flies very true, and that's in acro mode. Next positive, it flies like a dream. It flies like a dream. There's not too many things on the market that fly as well as this quad, so when you buy it, you probably don't have to buy any more quads because this will probably be the best one you own. And my third positive is you just plug the battery in, walk back to where you're sitting or standing to fly it, and by the time you get back to where you're sitting or standing, it's already got 10 or 11 satellites. It's very fast, so the GPS is working right from the get-go, which is a very nice feature. And the last thing I want to mention is this. If you really want to attach an external camera, well, there's an external camera mount built into it up front, solid. It will hold your camera, so you can go something as small as a GoPro. I don't mean a naked GoPro, I mean a normal GoPro or something even a little bit bigger. It will easily lift it. It's that powerful, and you can fly around with your camera. So it's good for that and a very small package. All right, I'm going to put links to this product below. As I mentioned, there's a lot of technology in here, and it is from iFlight, and iFlight only makes expensive, high-quality drones. So if you get an iFlight drone, you pay a little bit more than the regular price. So this is an iFlight drone, so don't be shocked when you see the price. And for good measure, I'll also put a link to the 7-inch model in case you want to go cruise around mountains or something with this thing. But for now, I say thanks for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you have questions on this product, post your questions below. I'll get back to you. But for now, I say thanks for watching. Catch you in a future review. Till then, I say bye.